Hey, Maddie. Hey, good boy. Hi. Hi. How are you? All right, let's get our backpacks done. Let's get our homework started. I met Mark through the Aggie Alumni Association. We have been together for 13 years, married for 10. One thing that's really important to us is our family. We have a lot of close family in the area, but we also have a lot of international family.
We made a trip to Australia to visit my side of the family. The first time the kids had been there, I think the first time Meghan had been to Australia.
On the way home, I actually was sitting and finishing a movie on the airplane. Everybody was asleep, and my left arm, like an arrow shot through my left arm, and my fingers went numb, and I started getting very, very scared.
I thought, well, it's a long flight. You know, you're in these uncomfortable airplane seats, probably just uncomfortable.
We had about a day and a half after we got home before we had to return to work, and so I just did my normal thing, thought I was feeling bad because of jet lag. And so I went into work. And I was telling them about what happened on the airplane when it happened again. The EMTs came out, they took a quick assessment of me, and there was no indications I was having a heart attack. And so they didn't even really feel I needed to go to the hospital, in which case the words were said, and they thought it'd be better if they took me into the hospital. So when I get to the ER, my husband meets me there, and they ran all the tests, including blood work. There was one blood test that came back that showed that I had some heart damage, and it was a critical level, and that's really when things began to change for me, and I knew at that moment that my life had changed forever.
They found out what she had was what we call spontaneous coronary artery dissection. In lay terms, that her vessel wall of her artery supplying her heart muscle had torn, and that had caused a lack of blood flow to the heart muscle and caused her to have a heart attack.
The artery that I was having it in is a main artery in my heart, and during the angiogram that basically dissolved and my heart broke, and I coded on the table.
We actually heard her code blue called over the intercom. And we started getting kind of cordoned away, ushered to another part of the hospital.
What she had suffered was a massive heart attack, and the only chance for her to survive would be to undergo an emergent coronary artery bypass grafting in a hope to salvage her heart muscle.
Knowing that you may not make it is one of the scariest feelings that anybody can have, especially with as close as we are with my family and my 2 young sons. I just wanted more time. I just wanted to be with them, and I just didn't want to let go.
It was very evident that she was dependent on one of the medications to support her heart, and that her heart was so weak and so frail that there was no hope of her going home from the hospital with her own heart, and that we should start thinking in terms of what we call advanced heart failure therapies. She gets presented in front of the medical review board for a heart transplant. She gets listed for a heart transplant, and she receives a heart transplant. This is not a Hollywood movie I'm talking about. This is a real life story.
I was so fortunate to get my heart in 5 days, which is something that even the doctors admit that hardly ever happens. And it was not only quick, but the heart itself was really good and very strong. And so it's just really a beautiful, beautiful gift. But what this gift really gave me time. It really was a gift of time. And I couldn't have asked for anything better. And I just feel so blessed and just so grateful.
I love not having my mom back because we spend more time together.
We got time with each other, and we're trying to make the most of it. For sure, I think I might have taken time for granted.
I'm incredibly grateful because I'm alive, and I'm only alive due to the funding of research and organizations like the Heart Association that help fund that research and the education that enable the medical field to provide such great care for people with heart disease. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. I really hope my story encourages others to support the mission of the Heart Association so that somebody else can get that gift of time, just like I got.